Well, I'm here with Gary Bradford today. Hey Gary, how you doing?
Hey, good, Ryan.
Great, great. Well, Gary, tell us a little bit about your experience in your neighborhood, kind of what you did and how you started things, and what's going on in Plumas Lake.
So I moved up to Plumas Lake at the end of 2005. Moved up there from Natomas. Definitely quite a different community.
This is in the Sacramento area.
Yeah, Sacramento area, Natomas area of Sacramento, and moved up there. And when I first moved up there, and previously I had not really been involved in my community at all. Kind of been involved in church, but I hadn't done anything in the community. And one of the first things I did when I moved up there is I started a community forum. And it was just kind of a fluke. I had a free domain and kind of a one-click install, and I just thought, hey, that's a great idea. And I had no idea where that would take me. So I started that and kind of advertised that, and that took off, and it was just amazing how different people in the community were kind of able to come together and start to build relationships with each other, and we were able to share critical information about events that were going on and organizations, and everything from, hey, I want to sell this, to I need help with this, to hey, sign your kids up for soccer, or the school's got this event going on, come out and support them.
And so you started an online forum, and so people are online and people actually use this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. At one point we were getting almost 100 posts a day on this forum, which was just tremendous. I mean, it was almost impossible to read them all. But some great interaction, and some of my best friends in the community actually met online on this forum. And then we get together for barbecues or whatever, and just hang out.
So it almost really birthed relationship online. You meet people, and then you start interacting in the neighborhood, but you all live close together too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, huge. That's exactly what happened, and that's been great.
What would you say to, because I know there's a lot of neighborhoods out there and people wanting to do something, or they hear stories like yours and think, wow, I would really like to get something started. I mean, what would you suggest to them in terms of tips? They feel like, hey, my neighborhood's isolated. What would you tell that person to do?
That's a great question, because I know most of the viewers probably don't know where Plumas Lake is, but it's very isolated. In fact, it's a fairly new community of about 6,000 people that is surrounded completely by farmland.
Yeah, there's nothing. You have what, 1 or 2 commercial properties there? Walgreens?
One. We have a Walgreens.
Okay,
and
that's it.
For the first few years I lived there, that didn't exist either. And you're about 30 miles north of Sacramento, and nothing but farmland in between. To the north of us, there's certainly more commercial in Yuba City and Marysville, and that's not too far. But anyway, online is a great way to do it. Some options are you could create a forum, and man, there's lots of different places out there that you could use to do that. Lots of different places you could host that. Most of them free. Another thing you could do is use some of the tools like Twitter and or Facebook. In particular with Facebook, about a year ago maybe, I created a page for Plumas Lake, and we've really seen growth on there. And a lot of participation too. And one thing that I haven't done too much of, but I want to do more of in the future, is I've kind of used the Facebook page to push out information and haven't used it for interaction. And just the other day I posted a question on there rather than just stating information, and I had like 20 or 30 responses to the question from some of my neighbors. So,
that is really cool.
It was great. I mean, that tells me they're on there and they're reading, and given the opportunity, they're going to chime in, and that really builds community.
That's great. And what strikes me about your story, Gary, is that here you were in Natomas, and then you decided to make the trek to Plumas Lake, and in Natomas you weren't really involved at all, like we've talked about. But then you get involved, and just almost by accident saying, well, I'll start this forum. And then here you are, and you're actually running for office.
Yes, I am. One of the things starting that forum did, which was almost by accident, and like you said before, I had never been involved in my community, and I just took this one tiny step, to kind of help build community. And at the time, I can't even say I had any real vision for it. It was just like, hey, this sounds like a good idea, and that has opened up a tremendous amount of opportunities for me to meet neighbors and to do other things in my community, like work at the polls and serve on a levy board, and now I kind of have, we have a local water and sewer district, and a lot of my neighbors come to me and say, hey, I have this complaint about them or this problem, and they're just not responsive. And so I've joined with a couple other people that I know, and we want to get on that board and make it more responsive to to the neighborhood, and that's what that's about. I mean, it's a public utility and it's controlled by the public. So.
Well, good deal. Well, Gary, thanks so much for your time today, and just wonderful work. Keep it up, and hey, it's really great to hear your story. I think people will be inspired.
Great. Thanks a lot, Ryan.